Hey friends, today I'll be sharing a creation using the Waffle Flower Sneak Peek Club Kit, which features items from the upcoming April release. Like my previous sneak peek kit video, I wanted to show you what's inside. This kit is a monthly subscription service that allows you to play with the items from the upcoming release. So if you already subscribed, this kit would have already shipped to you at the beginning of March, which is about a month before the April release. And if you subscribe today, you'll be receiving a sneak peek for the next month, the May release. So let's take a look at what's included in this kit. It comes with this pouch with the kit information right out in front so you can keep it all organized. In this specific kit, you'll get the Fluttering by Sentiments, the Butterfly Shaker die, the Butterfly Shaker coordinating stencil, and then 3 slim shaker pouches that coordinates with the die and stencil, and lastly some bonus sentiments that are printed out and you can just trim them down and use them on your cards. Also, Waffle Flower is doing a giveaway of the next kit on my blog, so be sure to stop by and leave a comment for the chance to win. My blog link will be in the description box below. Okay, so now for the card. Everything that I use can only be found in the sneak peek kit, but remember these items are part of the new release, so if you are interested, you can shop the new release in April. And if you sign up now, you'll be getting the next kit, which will be a sneak peek into the May release. To start off this card, I wanted to create a bunch of butterflies. I'm going to be creating 3 with different color combinations, and I'll be showing all 3. For the stencil itself, it's kind of cool because everything that you need is on this stencil, and it's a layering stencil. As you can see, I start off with a base. I used Peacock Feathers and Salty Ocean, which I think is just a really pretty blue combo. And then I moved to the details of the butterflies. I decided to use tone on tone. I went in with Salty Ocean and Peacock Feathers at the bottom, and I just did it again with a heavier hand to create that detail. Then I shift the stencil to the bottom base and I'll repeat. There's also a portion of the stencil that does just one side of the wing at a time in case you want to do a multicolor butterfly. It's just a cool thing to include, but I just went with the 2 colors for the entire butterfly. I just wanted to keep it really simple since I have 3 butterflies. I didn't want too many conflicting colors on my card, and I had actually gone into this thinking that I would do a white base for my card, and I quickly switched that up and I was so happy I did. So that's the first butterfly, and then for the second butterfly I went in with picked raspberry and fossilized amber, usually because this color combo, when it's blended together, it kind of mixes and creates this really pretty orange. I really didn't mix too heavily between the 2 colors, so it mainly stayed yellow and pink, but you do see some bits of orange, and I think that's so pretty. This is one of my go-to color combinations for a sunset sky just because it just blends together so nicely. And again, I'm going in with the same tone on tone look, heavy-handed with the same colors right on top, just so I get the same colors, and it's just so pretty. And for the middle part of the butterfly's body, I am using the Waffle Flower shader brush with a brown just because it's such a small area to blend. For my last butterfly, I did something a little different. It's so subtle, it's not super noticeable, but I'm using picked raspberry and Salty Ocean, and when I go in with the details, I'll actually flip the colors. I think this is my all-time favorite color combination because it creates this really pretty purple, and I didn't go too heavy-handed because I really wanted the blue and the pink to show through, and I think it did, but it just looks so pretty together. I don't know, I just really love this color combination. And once I do that, I'll add that middle body part of the butterfly with the brown, and that's all the same for all 3 of the butterflies. Is it just me, or do I just stick with the same color combos all the time? These 3 butterflies feature some of my favorite combinations of my distressings, and I just stick with them, and I don't know if that's something everyone does. Then with the coordinating dies that you get within this kit, there's a larger butterfly cutout where you can create a frame for your butterfly shaker, which I chose not to use this time. I'm using the smallest die to go ahead and cut out my 2 butterflies, and then I grab a piece of dark navy blue cardstock, and I'll be using that die to cut out my cutout for the shaker pocket. Like I said, I originally was going in with a white background, but I thought the blue would be really pretty. But since I only have 3 butterflies, I kind of thought that it looked a little bit plain. And once I was putting it together, I was happy with it, but not completely happy with it. until I decided to pull out my perfect pearls. So I just mixed the perfect pearls with a bit of water and I splattered all over, and against the navy cardstock, it just looks like a nighttime galaxy, and I think it's so pretty. I think also I am generally a colored cardstock person versus a white cardstock card maker, so I tend to gravitate towards dark colors. For my shaker pouch, I went ahead and used these iridescent dot. That's what's going to be inside. I didn't want to put too much because I didn't want it to distract from the colors behind it. And for the shaker pocket itself, I decided to use liquid glue. It just made it easier. I just made sure I didn't put too much, and then I ran my fingers all around the pouch just to make sure that the pouch is adhered to my card base. Then I'm going to go ahead and trim down my main card panel because I'll be putting the blue cardstock right over, and I didn't want any white spots peeking out, and I wanted my butterflies centered. So I went ahead and covered that white base with double-sided adhesive and put my blue cardstock right on top. Now I'm just adding my butterflies, and as you can see, there are 3 butterflies. It's really pretty, but I feel like there was a lot of space left over, and I know that the perfect pearls kind of filled out that space, but I am trimming off my butterflies and then using them to incorporate into my card so it covers up more space. Since the 2 butterflies on the corners kind of take up a good majority of the space, I still had little bits and pieces where I could put the excess in onto my card where it looks like there's more butterflies around, but you didn't have to ink blend more than 3. So it worked out perfectly. For my sentiment, I went back and forth whether I wanted to stamp my sentiment with black on white cardstock, but I ended up doing white embossing powder on vellum that is already adhered to double-sided adhesive, and adding double-sided adhesive is the best way to go with vellum because you can see liquid glue through the vellum, and I just always have a bunch of vellum that's already backed with double-sided adhesive for this very reason. So once I went ahead and embossed that, I added the sentiment to the card, and I am so happy with how it turned out. I think it's just so adorable. So that is it for my card, and remember, there is a giveaway on my blog, so be sure to stop by, leave a comment. Hope you enjoyed this card and what I created with the sneak peek kit, and I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye!